friend, it's Lori, and we're the Purely Twins.
And this is the place that we inspire you to become fabulously fit in all parts of your life. We're the owners of Purely Fit Life, personal trainers and online wellness coaches.
We're also authors of 4 allergy-friendly cookbooks specializing in all being gluten-free, grain-free, dairy-free, egg-free, soy-free, with some of them being low-sugar, nut-free, as well as a mix of raw and baked goodies. So there's something for everyone.
Today we're in the kitchen because we're also known as the Plantain experts. We're like the Plantain go-to girls. People always ask us questions. We have tons of plantain recipes as well as a plantain cookbook dedicated to a lot of our favorite plantain recipes. And it's been a long time since we actually have been in front of the camera talking to you guys, making a recipe.
Hi.
So also let us know, we would also like some feedback down below. What do you prefer in our recipes? Do you like us being more here talking? Do you like us doing close-up with us voicing over? Or do you like just the more relaxed music that we've been doing a lot of?
Or you like to see us in the kitchen actually physically making this stuff. Just comment down below.
Letting us know.
Because we want to make sure we're serving you the best and what you guys want out of the recipe videos, because we really want to show how easy and quick it is to eat healthy and how fun it can be too. You can incorporate real foods as part of your daily life and have a little fun with it too.
We're in the kitchen today making, we can't believe this, but we don't have an official video of us making our famous plantain bread, our 3 ingredient, I guess, plantain bread.
Which is funny because when we first made it, it was almost out of a fluke. We just put it on a random picture on our blog and it went viral, and we're so happy it did. And then I think again, weeks or even months later, we're like, we don't even have official recipe page, a post dedicated to our beloved plantain bread. How could this be? So, and then we realized, as Michelle mentioned, we got a video.
So we thought today we're going to show you a few different varieties of how we make and enjoy plantain bread.
Now we're going to show you real quickly before we actually make all the different variations of our plantain bread. We want to show you again what it's all about. Pretty much it's real food based. All you need is eggs and plantains. This is again what plantains look like. We usually like to try to get green ones. So these are, some of them go green even though they have a little bit of black, so they're still not as starchy. But you have to get what you get. Sometimes they are a little bit yellow. The more green they are, the more starchy they are, with more of a starchy flavor, very neutral flavor. And the more yellow they are with brown spots and stuff, and softer they are, they're more ripe, so they're going to be sweeter with just using straight plantains and flax gel. The third ingredient is coconut oil. We can't make any recipe pretty much without our beloved coconut oil, our other favorite well-known thing that we are obsessed with. And then also for one of the variations I'm going to show is protein powder. You can add protein powder into any of these recipes for a little extra boost in protein. You can also throw in, if you don't like protein powder, you can also throw in some gelatin. The green bottle gelatin would be better. The red one would be fine too. It would just be probably very chewy and thick. So I recommend the green bottle gelatin. And other add-ins you can do is like canned pumpkin, if you want a little bit of a pumpkin flavor. And you can also add in nuts or tahini, nut butters. Those are also, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons as well if you want to just jazz up the flavor. And you can also just add in, we've done before a recipe for our chocolate pizza. We use our plantain bread and just added in some cocoa powder. So you can make a chocolate bread. And one last thing about the ingredients. So again, a bread is 3 ingredients, which is the eggs, plantains, and coconut. The other things are just add-ins. Another add-in that you can do if you want more of a lift in the bread, depending on how soft and moist you want it or spongy, is baking powder and baking soda. We usually do baking soda, but just one thing about baking soda, it can kind of turn the bread green in a way. So just be wary of that too. And another question we get asked a lot is the shelf life of these. We usually, if we bake a bread, I would say 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. And then if you want it longer than that, I recommend freezing it. And I do defrost well, just pull it out the day before you want it and just put it back in the oven for a little bit to kind of freshen it up.
Okay, now we're going to go over the different pans. This one is a 6-inch pan. We like to use the spring form pan because we can pop it out easily. And this one is great for if you want to do the single serving. If you did the large one, it's just going to be very, very thick. We normally do our large one in what we call our soca pan. It's a big kind of like pizza pan. I think about 10 inches wide. Just make sure you really well grease it. There have been occasions when it's stuck. But again, if you let it cool and grease it well, it should pop out. So also you can tell by the bigger size, biggest surface area, the bread's going to be on the thinner side. So it's great to use if you're doing like pizzas, or if you want to do a sandwich and you don't like a big thick piece of bread, this is great for that. The little size obviously is going to provide a thicker bread, and then or you can even go kind of in between. This is, you can use an 8 to 9 inch cake pan. It's also a great option. It's going to still provide a thin one, but a little bit thicker than if you use a bigger 10 inch pan. So just pay attention. Different size pans will provide a different thickness, also different baking requirements. So just pay attention to that. Just make sure your pans are always well greased. And one last option that we've baked in was also in a bread loaf pan. So again, this one does provide a nice good thick size, but it's another fun way to enjoy the plantain bread. One last thing we have shown before, I believe in some of our vlog videos, making plantain bread on a skillet, more of the single serving version, which we'll go over all that here, which is about half the plantain. That it also works out great. It's like one kind of big pancake. Another option we have done, there's so much you can do with the plantain bread. It's so versatile, it's awesome. We've done them in cupcake pans. Just put like a scoop onto one, and it makes great for what we use as hamburger buns.